You're probably running at less than 50% of your energy every single day, and you don't even know it. I thought I had good energy levels until I actually started measuring it. I spent the last year experimenting on myself, on tracking, on adjusting, testing. And what I discovered changed everything about my energy. My productivity went through the roof, and people around me started noticing. They'd ask me, how do you do so much? You seem to have endless energy. And of course, I love to share and teach when I learn and I discover. So since then, I've coached over 20 leaders on this exact system, understanding how different we are and validating the main concepts. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you why you're leaking energy without even realizing it and how to fix it. But first, let me ask you one thing. When was the last time you had an entire day at your peak energy? Not a good day, not a productive day, a day you felt sharp, calm, magnetic, fully alive, and you could sustain it all along. Is it hard to remember? Because this is the pattern I keep seeing with leaders and founders. They wake up tired already. They are at 70% of their capacity. Then one coffee to wake up, but they already worry about the meetings planned in the morning. They didn't have the time to prepare. They're afraid it will go badly. Their worry costs them another 10% of their energy. And then they get cut off in traffic and they stay angry at it for an hour. That's another 10% down. They sit at their desk, they feel overwhelmed at a pile of emails. And again, their energy takes another hit. So now it's 9 a.m., they're already drained, they're at 40%. And by lunch, they're running out of fumes and they think this is normal. It's not normal, it's just familiar to you. So here's the shift. The problem isn't that you don't have enough energy available, is that you don't understand how your energy runs. And your smartwatch, your ring, they don't know either. They give you surface information like your sleep score, your heart rate, your recovery. But physical energy isn't everything. It's only one out of four energies. So until you see all four, you're basically managing 1/4 of the picture. And you might be thinking, okay, I'm a bit tired sometimes, it's not a big deal. So pause and think for a second, because I want you to imagine what this is actually costing you in terms of productivity, in terms of opportunities, in terms of money, just because you can't perform at the level you're actually capable of. I used to believe that spending extra hours on a task was just normal. That's the price of doing good work. That's necessary time. But then I started managing my energy properly, and I realized the same task I used to grind on for hours, that I could now do it in 1 hour. I was in pure flow and creative energy, the same task for 1/3 of the time. And it's just not that one task, of course, it's every one of them. So now if you multiply that across a week, a month, a year, think about what you could do with those extra hours. Is that more clients, a new project, time with your family, or even actual rest? Or you could do what you're doing already and keep going, push through 50%, take 3 times longer than you need to, and calling this hard work. So it's not about the tiredness, it's the cost of everything you're not building because of that tiredness. Now, let's break this down. There are 4 types of energy. The first one, you know it, physical is the sleep, the nutrition, the movement. The second energy is mental, that's your focus, your clarity, your ability to think. Third is emotional, your body's feelings, the interactions with people, with your dog, for example. Or your alignment or spiritual energy, which is your sense of mission, purpose, and connectedness. Here's what most people are missing. Each one behaves completely differently. The physical energy usually is highest after sleep, and then it's going to degrade during the day with a peak, a drop at lunch, depending on how you eat, right? It's going to be the lowest in the evening, and it's going to recover when you sleep. It's basically the battery we use during the day and we recharge at night. The mental one moves in cycles. Sometimes I have different types. At 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., I'm in flow, I'm very productive, and I start to get foggy. Then I need a break. And I might have different more moments during the day where I feel like this energy has recovered. The emotional one can flip in seconds. A friendly call, just playing with your dog, it can go up or it can get you angry, and this is going to affect you for the rest of the day. The last one is the alignment energy. This is the one that moves the longest through time frames. It doesn't move throughout the day. For me, I could measure like weeks or even months for this to completely restore and have a full cycle. So you understand, different rhythm, different ways to recharge. And if you treat them all the same, you'll never recover properly. If you are mentally foggy, coffee won't do it. Social media break won't do it, right? But a walk without your phone will help. Sometimes for me, with physical energy also, my answer is to go back to bed at 9 a.m. I've done it many times. Or I'm also taking naps because the physical energy is really required for me to perform. And I'm thinking even in terms of alignment energy. Well, then taking some time off of work to reset and to reflect is always very beneficial. One more thing most achievers get wrong is the misunderstanding that maximum energy and available energy are the same. They're not the same because your maximum energy is the 100% you've ever had, while the available energy is what we were saying. You're already waking up at 70%. So a high achiever is really trying to have this 100% available all day long, while in reality, they should be looking into optimizing the 70% that is available, being mindful about it. And don't feel down because you don't have your peak energy today. Pat yourself on the shoulder because you have optimized the 70% available. Where most people stay stuck is that they watch this kind of video, they know, they agree, they understand the concept, but you know that awareness alone won't change how you handle your energy. So now I want to give you 3 steps that I use on myself and I use also with everyone I coach. Step 1 is about building this awareness. You need to know in real time which energy is being impacted. At first, it's really hard because we're not used to it and we just say, I'm tired and that's it. So the key concept is that you have to build your vocabulary and be more precise. See for yourself, I'm putting some of the keywords on the different energy here on the screen. And you can see each of those points to a different energy. So the first exercise is once a day, score each of the 4 energies from 1 to 5, where 3 is the baseline, and then have a precise sentence with good vocabulary that explains each one of them. For example, my mental energy is now 3.5. I'm still engaged and flowing, but I also know I've been working on this video for the last 2 hours. So I know my energy level will drop soon and I will need a break after that. So I won't continue with another intense activity. Step 2 is to map your drainers and boosters because every activity you do will either drain or boost one of or multiple energies. For example, now playing with my dog is adding some physical, mental, emotional energy. Well, I'm not moving so much right now, but you understand that if I'm moving, playing, I'm bonding with him, my mental energy also, because I will disconnect from work, will have a positive impact, right? So the exercise is to create a list of drainers and boosters. So over time, you build your own personal energy map and you know exactly what activity does what without even needing to read any more about it. Step 3 is managing this in real time. This is where you put everything together, right? So imagine it's 2 p.m. and you're like, I'm physically groggy, I've had a heavy lunch, I'm mentally okay, but I know that in 2 hours, I have this hard conversation with a business partner. So now you decide, do I take a nap to reset? Do I walk to clear the fog? Do I push some heavy work after that meeting? You see, this is how you're understanding and you stop reacting to your day and you start designing it. You keep being in control so you can optimize the energy as you move through the hours. You can absolutely do this on your own. You can start with step 1, just score once a day, 1 to 5, build a vocabulary, then do it more times per day because you also want to spot the differences within the day. Then move to step 2, track your drainers, your boosters once a day, 10 times a day. And then the step 3 is managing this in real time with the challenges ahead, right? So if you're disciplined, I know you can do this alone. And I genuinely love to hear how it goes. But I know most people will stop right at the beginning. So I have an offer for you. I run online workshops with a small group of people for all of us to build this momentum, to get accountable on those concepts. There's very little theory. We focus on the integration. So if you're interested, I've put a link on the description of the video, and that's where you'll find how to register. To conclude on this topic of energy, it's really the awareness that will make the difference in how you show up and perform each day. Once you know what energy is available, what boosts it, what drains it, and how to handle the challenges ahead, everything changes. Your decisions get simpler, your output rises, you feel more calm, more magnetic. And that's what real energy management looks like. So if this video resonated with you, hit like, subscribe, so you can learn more exercises, have more tools, more interesting topics, and you can lead better lives. That's what I do. I help leaders raise their awareness so they can live better life while reaching the business success they desire. Thanks you for watching, and I'm gonna go play with my dog.